Hi, I'm Michael Marin. At Holy Name Medical Center, we believe that all citizens need to be informed about the important healthcare issues that affect their daily lives. That's why we're proud to support programming produced by the Caucus Educational Corporation and their partners in public television.
Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, Investors Bank, Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, New Jersey. Healing begins here. Passaic County Community College. Josh S. Weston. New Jersey Sharing Network, dedicated to saving lives through organ and tissue donation. And by the Give Something Back Foundation, providing mentors and scholarships to help Pell Grant-eligible students go to college and graduate in 4 years debt-free. Promotional support provided by Observer New Jersey Politics and by New Jersey Family Magazine and njfamily.com.
This is One-on-One. I'm an equal American just like you are.
The jobs of tomorrow are not the jobs of yesterday.
Look at this. You got this?
Here it is, man. Look at that.
Life without dance is boring.
When you first heard that they were doing Charlie Rose and Gayle King, didn't you go, what?
Do you enjoy talking politics?
No. People call me because they feel nobody's paying attention.
Our culture, I don't think, has ever been tested the way it's being tested right now.
Such a good question. High five.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, We gonna let it burn, burn, burn. We gonna let it burn. But I'm a
I mean, that is just some of the terrific musicians from PostModern Jukebox, and the creator is Scott Bradlee. How you doing?
Hey, really good, Steve. Great to be here.
Tell folks who are looking at. This is PostModern Jukebox. This is, you said 50 different performers, musicians, artists.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a community of artists. The whole idea is I wanted to kind of create this universe, this alternate universe where today's pop music, the biggest hits of today, existed many years ago, back in the days of vinyl record, back in the days of the Rat Pack and the swing era, New Orleans and Motown and all those great, classic genres of music. So I have this incredible community of artists that I've kind of assembled to bring all these songs to life and these arrangements to life.
When did it happen?
It started in my basement. So I was living in a basement apartment. I moved to New York City when I was about 25 years old.
New Jersey guy?
I grew up in Jersey. I grew up in Clinton.
So you admit that?
Yeah, right?
Route
yeah.
78.
Yeah, I got the spray tan and the tribal tattoos. So
hey, don't be doing stereotypical Jersey stuff. But so you moved to New York, you got the thing going, you're in your basement.
Yeah.
And where does YouTube come into this?
So I couldn't get any work. I was a jazz pianist, and city was saturated with jazz pianists. So I decided to try to do something different. I went on YouTube. And I started just coming up with these crazy ideas of taking pop songs and making them how they would sound vintage. So people would hear like a Justin Bieber song, and then just imagine what would that song sound like in the 20s. And I would invite my friends over. I had other musician friends, and we'd come and I just set up. Using like duct tape and everything. It was really lo-fi. I just had a camera on like a tripod, and we would just record something, put it online. And the thing that happened was, well, one, they started going viral.
Why?
I guess it was something that was engaging. It was interesting to people, just on the fact of like, when you think of a Justin Bieber song, you don't picture it done by, like a jazz musician.
No, I do not.
So, and the other thing is that we got tons of comments. People were talking about it. People were, it's YouTube, so you get some people that write crazy things, but you also get a lot of people that give you ideas and feedback and suggest other people that would be a great fit for the project. And I just kept all that stuff in mind, and it gradually built into this grassroots movement, which was really entirely driven by the fans in a way.
Well, what about the business side of this? I mean, where did you get the entrepreneurial, Scott, business sense to realize that you were onto something, and then, dare I use the term, monetize it?
It took a while. It took a second, and I think that anybody that gets starting a creative project, you have to be prepared to be in it for the long haul. Every project is a 7-year project. For all that stuff, I guess it might have come naturally to me in some ways. I like to just experiment. I like trying things. I like A/B testing things, as they say in the business world.
Right.
And that's what I did with this whole project. Everything that we were putting out, everything. And what I did was, I tried to base it on what the fans wanted to see and what they were interested in. And what it came down to is they really want to see real music and real talent. And that's something that sometimes gets kind of lost in the shuffle in today's music industry, which is mostly image-driven. So by putting together these concerts, bringing back the idea of a variety show, where I bring a whole bunch of different artists, a bunch of great singers.
Are they friends?
And amazing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody hangs out.
People are just all in your world.
It's actually people in my world, and I bring other people into that world. And somehow everybody manages to get along pretty good. So that's a rare thing. I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say that there's never any dust-ups on tour, but that's,
Describe
that's part
the tour.
of that. So we're going to be touring around the world, and we've we did from the day that we started our first show. We played in Toronto.
Basement?
It was we played a small rock club in Toronto, and then 2 years later we were headlining Radio City Music Hall, which has been a wild ride, and it's gone further than I can even imagine. And we're going to be touring around the world. My goal is to get this project around the world to every city so that people can experience real music and real talent, because I believe that these styles of music are just too good to ignore.
So let me ask you this. As what you're doing, this whole viral thing blows up, to what degree are you finding more and more musicians that want to be a part of this?
We're getting, we've got requests from so many artists, including some big artists. So I wouldn't be surprised seeing one of them drop by my living room. But I didn't even mention, I still record everything in my living room.
Well, what do you mean your living room? Describe what that looks like.
That's my studio. That's my studio. I think I want to create, if you go back in the day, when Berry Gordy was doing Motown Records, he was doing kind of a similar process where he was finding great talent, he was matching up with great material, he was putting together a band, and then they were all recording in one room. And that's the only way you can get that kind of intimacy, where all the musicians are kind of together in one thing. So we record everything in my living room, just in one take. It's just, no auto-tune or anything like that. And so in a sense, everything that we do is live. And then when we go on tour, it just comes to life even more so.
So here's what I'm curious about with guys like you. I don't know if there are any guys like you. Maybe it's just you. The passion, the talent, the commitment. Where's it come from?
I didn't see any other way. This was, as soon as I started doing this, I realized that this was something that was so important to me, and keeping these styles of music alive and identifying great talent. And as soon as I saw that there was an opportunity, you just have to go for it. So.
Do you ever count the hours you work, or it's what you do?
It never feels like work. I'm working around, it's 24/7.
I'm sorry for interrupting. I was going to ask you, is it 24/7?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's nonstop. When you have your own business, it's nonstop, and this is something that's
joined the club.
So, but it never feels like work to me. It's always exciting. It's always fresh. It's always something different, and that's what kind of keeps me motivated.
Jackie, what is there? Is the new CD?
Yeah, The Essentials.
Greatest hit? Yeah, come on. What do you got?
The Essentials. So The Essentials, we've recorded over about 200 songs. I've released, 13 albums with PostModern Jukebox. So a lot of people that, if they go down the PMJ rabbit hole, that's what we call it, they want to know what's the best CD to start with. So we created a greatest hits album, The Essentials, and that has all of our,
Give us a few.
our
Come on.
greatest hits so far. So we have some of our viral ones like Creep, all about that bass, We Can't Stop. And then we also have some just straight up fun ones, like we did Such Great Heights in style of the Jackson 5, I Believe in a Thing Called Love, New Orleans style. So it's a great starting point to and it makes a really great gift if you know somebody that loves vintage stuff or classic music, give it a try. They're gonna love it.
But it's all genres. Even though you grew up and loved jazz, R&B, classic, pop, rock. It's a whole across the board.
It's kind of like all the genres from when music existed on vinyl, So it has some of the swing. We didn't want to do it. Was not just like a period piece. It's not like we're only doing 1920s or anything. We're doing a whole mix of all these classic styles, but it's unified in a sense. When you hear it, it's like you know it when you hear it.
Unfair question. You got a favorite?
I got a favorite. No, I love all my children equally.
I knew you were going to do that. You went PC on me here.
I totally did, didn't I?
Smart move. You're a good businessman. You're a great musician, great talent, and very smart business-wise. Can you mind if I plug?
Sure. Plug away.
Scott Bradlee, creator of PostModern Jukebox. Check it out. Great stuff. Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, definitely.
Come back anytime.
Yeah.
All the best.
A lot of fun.
All right. Stay with us. Right back, right after this.
To watch more one-on-one with Steve Adubato, find us online and follow us on social media.
We are pleased to be joined by Jesse Ryan, music teacher, Dwight D. Eisenhower Middle School in beautiful Freehold, New Jersey. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's
Music teacher.
Good to be here.
You're a music teacher.
I am.
When did you know that music was your love and teaching was your love?
It kind of crept up on me, honestly. I just kind of stumbled upon it. I didn't really have anyone in the family that was musical. I just had a piano in the basement, and
You played it?
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it. I just made noise on it for a while, and little by little, you know, it became more a part of my life. So I started writing music and jamming with friends, and you know, in high school, my father passed, and I used it as a way to get through that a little bit, and I really started writing a lot. And then I realized, you know, this is something that I want to do. So I ended up going to college for music, not to be a teacher.
Not to be.
Well, I did not want to be a teacher, but I went to music school because that was my passion at the time. I felt like this is what I want to do. And so I went to Berkeley and surrounded myself with a bunch of people that helped me grow. And, you know, I ended up signing up for a mentor program. And we were working with kids in Boston, and I really enjoyed it. Still wasn't like my goal. My parents were teachers too, though, so maybe that was in the back of my mind.
Something happened because you're connecting now, and as part of our classroom, as part of the partnership with the New Jersey Education Association, this is part of our classroom close-up collaboration, a great series that the NJEA has with our partners at NJTV. This is a feature on you and your work at Dwight D. Eisenhower Middle School in Freehold, New Jersey. This is Jesse Ryan, music education.
Let's just play the whole song, end it however you think you're supposed to, and then we'll correct it after that, okay?
Jesse Ryan's love of music is undeniable.
1, 2, 3. My whole mission as a music teacher is to make kids love music in any way possible. Stop. Maddie, you're gonna just...
Before Jesse became a teacher, he played in a rock band that toured the U.S. and Japan.
You jog, don't sprint, just jog.
But this School of Rock type program he created has become his passion.
And then you bounce back, and you just... This year, the name of the band is called Static. That's the 8th grade performance class. We're putting on a concert tonight, and it's a year-long class, and we work on all aspects of performing, arranging, and we work on arranging the set, too, like how to put on a show, how to take the audience on a roller coaster ride. I'm not one to say, oh, I'm so proud of this because this is so great, but I usually feel that inside, like that this is something special. Like these kids look professional. You know, they get this confidence as they go, and I think that's what it's about, is them realizing, you know what, we didn't think we could do it, and we did it. You can't be just sitting like this. You have to be.
Mr. Ryan is a great leader. He really wants to help guide us because he knows that we would kind of struggle on our own, I guess.
Yes! But your shoulders are still turned to this way. I critique him and I critique him and I critique him. I try to love him up, but I'm pretty tough on him. I push him. Keyboard! Some of them, I think they discover, oh, I can play keyboard, or you know what? I could be in a band if I want to. You know, some of them are already there and they discover I can lead a band.
Don't care, it hurts. You have to have ideas. It doesn't even matter necessarily if you're a good player. You have to be creative. You have to contribute.
Sometimes I let go of the wheel. There's times where it's like, we're not getting anywhere. But all of a sudden, as time goes, it's like a piece of clay, and we just start shaping.
We gotta get to express ourselves, because through music, we can share our music tastes. We all just come together with music.
It's basically the start of a career, I guess. If we want to do this in the future, it's a start.
It's kind of like a family now because we practice so much and we're always with each other all the time.
As a teacher, I try to provide a safe place where they can be turned on to the beauty of music. And some of them, I think it gives them an identity, kids that don't fit, and now they fit. So I'm pretty proud of that this year, especially.
I got to tell you something. When we look at these kids, they seem committed and passionate. Is that the way you got them when they came in?
Some of them. I think it's a gamut. It's, you know, they range from, some of them have never performed in their life before. Some of them, you know, are signed up at the local music store and they have a little bit of experience. So it's not black and white. A little bit of both, I would say.
Your passion for teaching, though. I mean, the music part, I'm starting to feel, but the passion for teaching these kids, where does that come from? You said your parents, but that doesn't explain it all.
No. You know, I never really saw myself being a teacher, but I think exposing kids, or like when I stumbled upon music and realized what it was and what it felt like, I think getting everyone to understand that that's possible for anybody. That's the passion. Like, it's something you work at. It's not magic. It's something. It's a craft. And it could be yours, whether it's at the hobby level or if you're a professional. I mean, it just, the more time you put into it. But opening that door, possibility for a 12-year-old, you know, and saying, you know, you can, but this is what you have to do in order to get there. I think that's what I find the most pleasure out of it.
Let me ask you, benefit concert coming up?
Yeah, it's a benefit concert. We started the class. Originally, it wasn't a benefit concert. We're going to work towards the goal of performing. We had a tragedy the same year, actually, where 2 of our students were struck by a van and both passed. They were both 7th graders. And
7th graders?
Yeah. I knew both of them. Both of them had music class, general music class, and they were just getting, they were you know, bringing in posters of the Pink Floyd or the Beatles, or, you know, they were just getting, the light was just coming on for them.
Yeah.
So it was, for me personally, it was tough. One of the students I taught in elementary school as well, so I knew him for years. It was sad, and you know, I still get kind of teared up thinking about it now. But
and the concert is.
But so the concert's it was originally for their benefits. You know, they had a couple of different charities in their name, and over the years we continued to do it for that. But then, actually, one of the students' mothers helps. She's a part of the team that puts on the show now.
That's awesome.
And she works in the school. Yeah, she's great. Annie Preston. She. So we were talking maybe 5 years ago, about tapping into the kids' current, because the current kids no longer really connected to that.
Right.
So now we make it a process. It's partly them. We kind of talk about it, and this is over like months. We don't just do it the first day. We kind of let it happen, and we try to find a connection of some kind of benefit that the kids pick. So, you know, whether it's for a student in a school or, you know, somehow it's connected. Last year we did a playground for an elementary school. All the money went towards that for kids with disabilities.
To make a difference.
Yeah, it's a way for the kids to give back through music.
You're doing important work, Jesse Ryan, music teacher, Dwight D, Eisenhower Middle School in Freehold, New Jersey, part of our collaboration with the New Jersey Education Association. Good stuff. By the way, check out not just our site, but the collaboration. Check out the NJEA site to see this video again from Classroom Close-Up. And all the Classroom Close-Up features. It's a great series on NJTV, our sister station, our partners. Thank you.
Thank you.
And on behalf of all those of us with kids in schools, thank you for the work that you are doing every day and all the work of public school teachers. Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this. Thank you.
To watch more One-on-One with Steve Adubato, find us online and follow us on social media.
Well, welcome back, our good friend, Gerry O'Connor, Executive Director, the Scholarship Fund for Inner City Children. Good to see you, Gerry.
Thanks for having me, Steve.
As a young man, a few years ago, I was a product of Catholic high school in Newark, New Jersey. Essex Catholic doesn't even exist anymore. We talk about this all the time.
Yes.
So I'm a fan of kids in inner cities having options. I'm a big fan of public schools. But your kids, who are they, and why is it that Catholic schools are important for some of them?
Well, we help children who are from low-income families.
Yep.
And basically, our kids are from Newark, Jersey City, Elizabeth, and the surrounding areas.
4 counties. We've got Bergen, Essex, Hudson, and Union counties. Go.
Yes. And so we're trying to help those families who want to give an educational opportunity, give their kids an opportunity to get a values-based education in a safe environment. And these parents think that it's important to go to a Catholic school in the Archdiocese of Newark. And so we have currently this year about 1,500 students from K through 12 that are getting a scholarship, a partial tuition scholarship to attend.
Let's put some numbers in place. 30 years, 50,000 scholarships, $40 million. Again, these are not taxpayer dollars. I want to be really clear about this. This is an effort that has been going on. It's a passion that one of your board members, our good friend, Kevin Cummings, right, from
Yes.
Investors. Again, a product of Jersey City. He and I talk about that all the time. Who are these students and what difference has it made for them?
Well, these are students that are just looking for an opportunity. They're from low-income families, so they're looking to do something to become a better person. The education that they're receiving is they're getting values in the classroom. They're getting to understand structure, how to get to the next level. You know, you got kids going from K through 8, and then they're going to high school. You know, over 65% of our kids who graduate 8th grade Catholic school will go on to a Catholic high school. And then the kids who graduate high school, 100% of our kids are going to graduate high school. But 97% of those students are going to go on to higher education. They're going to go on and become good citizens and give something back. And in those 33 plus years, we've had that success. We see kids that come back and do something great. So it's important that they get the opportunity. And that's all they want. It's just the opportunity.
And once again, as we are huge advocates of the public schools, the vast majority of young people in the state do in fact go to public schools. For those who are looking for that other option, most of whom in urban areas, they do not have the wherewithal. And that is what this is about.
Yeah, we're just trying to make people aware that they have this opportunity, you know, and that they
If they choose.
If they choose, yes, that's the important thing, you know, because parents want to look out what's best. They want to do something that they didn't have an opportunity to do. You know, a lot of these parents probably are products of the public school. I see parents that don't have college education, you know, so they want their kids to get that. They know it's important for them to succeed in life. They have to get to that.
Talk about the Catholic piece of this. For some of us, again, we never proselytize, if you will, on the air. It's not our place on public broadcasting. But for some of us who are Catholic and went to Catholic school at certain points in our lives, I mean, I will tell you, it had a big impact on me. The Irish, the Christian brothers, if you will, yes. Disproportionately Irish, where I was, right? They shaped a lot of who I was as a young man and who I became. Right. I mean, there's no other way to say it. And it's hard to explain to other people who may not have understood that, whether it's Christian Brothers Academy down south or Seton Hall or St. Benedict's Prep, where our good friend Father Edwin Leahy is the headmaster there. Do I make too much of that?
No, because, you know, if you ask the schools office in the Archdiocese, you know, we're not teaching Catholic school children. We're teaching because we are Catholic. We want to help.
And by the way, many of these children are not Catholic.
Statistically, in the Archdiocese, over 35% of the total population is not Catholic. In the inner cities, it gets higher. It gets to 60, 65%.
Not Catholic?
Not Catholic. We have a school in Sacred Heart in Jersey City in the Greenville section. 90% of their students are not Catholic. They could be Christian. They're not Catholic, though. So they're, you know, that's the best school in that neighborhood for those families to go to. And Sister Francis says, you know, the street stops at the front door, because once those kids are inside, it's a safe environment. It's a family environment. They're together. They're learning. They're prospering. You know, so we do it because we are Catholic. We do it because we want to help the kids to succeed.
Where'd your whole connection to this, your passion for this come from, Jerry?
I grew up, I had the opportunity, middle-class family out in Long Island. My parents sent us to Catholic school. You know, I'm one of 4 kids. And when this opportunity came about over 8 years ago, I was like, wow, why wouldn't I do this? Why would I not help someone get the same opportunities that I had? You know, I was a product of a Catholic high school, went to Holy Cross in Bayside.
Holy Cross, yeah.
And my sisters went to Sacred Heart out in Hempstead. So, you know, that was what we did. And for a while there, you know, those were all my friends. But then you see what other opportunities, and then traveling throughout the tri-state area. I did a lot of traveling in a formal life of fundraising, and you can see different economic situations that those people just need help.
Yeah, I don't know why I remember this, but way, way, way back in the day when I was a kid, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right, went to
Power Memorial.
Wow, I can't believe you nailed me on that. So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, clearly not Catholic, went to Power Memorial High School in Harlem.
In New York. It's in Manhattan.
Up in Manhattan. And I remember reading about that, about his background, and it shaped, to a large degree, who he became as a man.
Yes, it was. I mean, it just, you know, the values that you get there, the structure, you know, the compassion, working with other people, and respect is a big thing.
And by the way, structure is not to be underestimated. Real quick, basketball tournament coming up.
We had the basketball tournament back in January. It's
not coming up. I apologize, but put that into context.
Yeah, it's a tournament it's a 2-day festival. It helps that here in New Jersey we have some of the best high school teams in the country. When you have the St. Anthony's, the St.
Anthony's, Jersey, St. Patrick's, right?
St. Benedict's, Seton Hall Prep, St. Peter's Prep, Bergen Catholic, all come together to help us raise awareness that they could. It raises us money, but it also is an advocacy. That's that people know that we're out there and that we're doing these things for these kids. So that's an important one of our events that we do every year.
Before I let you out here, I just want to say this. The Archdiocese that I happen to be in, Newark Archdiocese, is always putting out some message that another Catholic school is closing. That's hard for you, isn't it?
It's very hard. Our donors don't like to see that. It's a challenge, that the schools are closing, but a lot of it has to do with economics. And it's been a while since we've closed the school.
That's why you keep doing what you're doing.
Yes,
right.
We need to do that.
Try to avoid that.
We need people to help us, and if we can give out more scholarships to help more kids.
Gerard O'Connor, Executive Director of the Scholarship Fund for Inner City Children, a great cause for a lot of kids who need it. Right. Thank you so much, Jerry.
Thank you, Steve.
Keep
this
up
is great.
the good work. We appreciate it.
I appreciate your help.
Thank you.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, Investors Bank, Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, New Jersey, Passaic County Community College, Josh S. Weston, New Jersey Sharing Network, and by the Give Something Back Foundation. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with TriStar Studios.